Hello again. I thought I'd just share a tutorial with you doing a variation of the card and box using the Celebration album maker die set. So here goes. To make the box, I'm just using the outer die. I have cut some of the pieces ready so that you don't have to watch me cutting it all out, because I want to do the card and the box. So I'll start with the box first. So because this is just going to be the lid, I don't want the side panels. So where the first score line is, I'm just going to trim it off. So I'm just lining it up and just trimming off that outer edge on all four sides. But now I want to cut out the decorative panel on the lid of the box. So I'm just placing my detail die in the centre. I'm taping it down to hold it in place. So I'll just cut that out. So while it's still in place, I'm just checking to make sure it's cut all the way. Yes, it's cut all the way round. Before I take my tape off. If it hadn't cut, all depends on the thickness of the card. If it hadn't cut, then I would have angled it slightly or put a little shim in if there were places that it hadn't cut. But it has cut through this. Hardest bit is trying to get the tape off. So that has cut the detail into the lid. But I also want to cut out an aperture so you can see into the card. So for that, I'm using the next size down, which is the straight edge. So I'm just going to pop that in place, and that'll give me a nice little border going around the detail pattern. So again, stick it in place. And run it through my machine. Oh, where did they come from? So that has now cut out my panel. I'm not going to get rid of that because I'm going to use it on the card. So place that there. So that's all I need to do now is reinforce my score lines. And what I have forgotten to do is cut a piece of acetate ready. But I'll just do that in a sec. So I'm just using the red liner tape for speed, but you can use wet glue if you prefer to use wet glue, and hold the box closed with a peg or with magnets until it's dried. But I'm just gonna go ahead and use red liner. For speed, I won't add acetate to this because I'd have to run off to grab the acetate. But that's all you do is cut a piece of acetate and use the thin red liner tape and you stick it to the inside. But I won't run off and leave you now, so I can add that later. So that's all I'm going to do. Oh, and I haven't grabbed a punch. What I would do is cut little notches out with the circle punch, just to give you a little place, a little hole to place your fingers in. What have I got here? I'll try it with a heart a second, but a circle one would be better. Oops. So I'm just going to cut myself a little notch. Oh well, a little double notch because I'm using a heart, but a circle one would be better. Sorry about the banging noise. So I do that just before I put my box together. So now I'm just going to peel off the backing tape to stick the box together. Because this is the lid, on the box base you do exactly the same except for cut out the detail, but when you glue it, you glue it right up to the edge where your crease line is. Because this is the lid, I want it to be a little bit larger to fit over, so I'm leaving just a little small slither on all of the four corners to make the box a little larger to fit over the base. So I'm just going all the way around. I'm just leaving myself a little gap. If there was acetate in there now, that would be a little bit stronger, but I've gone ahead and cut some of my panels out. So for the panels, I've just used the edged die, and then I've cut that first, and then I've cut the detail into it. I don't like cutting the two at the same time, just in case it does move, because then it would damage the dies. So I've cut some out ready, but I'll just cut this one out now. So I'd cut it into the strip first, then place the detail in and tape it down. And I want these to go around the edges of my box. that's all I do then, is just add the glue to the back and stick it to the sides. You could also do this before you glue the box together, so it would be flat and I suppose a bit easier to add the panels on. Glue. I find it easier adding the glue onto my hand to add onto the back, and then it doesn't smudge all over your die cut piece. Last one. And if I'd remember to cut a piece of acetate beforehand, then that's your box lid completed. So we'll put that aside. So for the card, this is just a shop bought 5x7 card, but it does fit in the box, but it is a very tight fit. So that's all I've done. I've cut about 2mm off the top, so it's only a little slither, and the same on the sides, just to make it a little bit smaller, so then if you did want to wrap tissue or something around it, or to make it easier to come out of the box, then I've just done it by trimming off them thin pieces. Right, so for the card, I want to give myself a mirrored backing plate, so I'm using the scalloped edge die. So I'm going to cut that out of gold. Sorry if the filming is a bit shaky, my table is a bit wobbly, so I hope it doesn't shake about too much. So that is just going to give me my backing panel. And then I've just cut a piece of pink card, 11.5 by 16.5 centimetres, as my mat. And then the piece that I cut out of the lid, I'm going to cut the detail into this, but first I'm going to cut the dotted edge die to give a prettier border, and I like the dots and it matches in with the scallop, so I'm just going to cut that bit out first. So again, put that in place and stick it down. So now I've got a pretty border going around it, and then I'm just going to cut out the detail. So again, place that in and tape it down. Again, check that it's cut all the way through, which it has, before I take the tape off. But I want a gold panel, which I've already gone ahead and cut. So I want that as my backing plate. And then I've cut the scalloped edge die, which is the next one down, to go there. So I need to cut just the smallest layer in the set, so that that'll give me a white panel for my sentiment to go on. Let me just put my glue gun on to warm. I've already gone ahead and cut out my sentiment in pink, so I want to cut that out in gold as well, so I can have a little drop shadow on it. So I'm just going to run that through my machine. And I think that's, yes, I think that's all the die cutting done. So let me just pop this out. And that's all we've got to do now is glue it together. Press that down firm to make sure it sticks to the mirror card. And then just add on my text panel. Oh, sorry, I'm forgetting to speak. I'm going to do this one landscape just to, so that it's a little bit different. So then I'm just going to glue on my main panel. You could also add this on foam pads, but for speed I'm just going to use the glue. And then I want a drop shadow behind in pink, so again just put in a bit of glue on my hand. And then just slightly offsetting it. Placing that in the centre. See if my glue gun is heated up. And then just add in a little bow. Yeah, them flowers will go on there. That's all I've done for the flowers. These were shop bought flowers. So I just twisted the wire around and then just trimmed off the edge. I was using my glue gun, wasn't I? And that's a nice, quick and simple card. What could I do? If I just add some pearl drops. No, I'll use the white one. I like just to add 3 dots instead of having just a plain background. Just going round randomly adding the Nuvo drops. Sorry if my phone keeps beeping, I don't know if you can hear it on video, but I'll have to check it out later. So that just gives a pretty little background. And then leave that to dry, but that's your card finished. So I'll just use the base of this box at the moment. And then that card will fit in. And then if that had acetate in, then the lid fits on top. Oh, I got glue stick there. And then that's your card and box made. So hope you enjoyed the video and hope to do a few more in the next few days. Thank you.